One of my favorite things about traveling is you get to experience new things, meet new people. And one of the greatest experiences of my life is bed bugs. Welcome to Albania.
I sat down by the ocean. It's that tears that I feel up with emotions. Could I taste them for real?
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Albania vlog. Thanks for following along. I just noticed, we hit 142 subs. That's awesome.
Nothing's gonna stop me now. It feels like that's from something. It feels like it's from a movie or something.
I think it's
like
a song.
some sort of.
Thanks so much for following along again. I hope you guys are enjoying what we're putting out and what I'm putting out, and hopefully it's meaningful to you, and hopefully you're learning more about traveling and learning more about myself. And it's so great to see you guys following along, even though I can't really see you, but you know. Yeah. But today we're doing some exploring. Yesterday we got into Sarande, which is a city just off the port, and then we stayed there for one night. There wasn't really a lot. The architecture was really interesting. We'll talk about that a little bit more later, but we made our way to Berat now, which is it seems more traditional Europe. It's kind of cool, like brick roads and stuff like that. So we're exploring Berat today. Check it out. Just rats, you just hear them.
Your intentions are good. I walk back to my history, into my own neighborhood. Longing for you, oh, but I can't get back. What can I do when your train is gone?
So, what you guys saw yesterday was the Berat Castle, which is quite a bit of a hike up, but overall pretty awesome, especially when you truly think about something like that in such an ancient time, and how people had to individually put bricks one by one to not only pave the roads to get up there, but also to build the entire castle itself. And it's crazy to me to see how such a big building that you existed so many years ago has withstood the test of time, and seen that even with minimal restoration, that those old building techniques allowed for buildings to stay so intact for so long. And to think of all the work and time that people had to put into to build something of that size and grandness. So, but today we are leaving Berat. We're heading to Tirana, which is the capital of Albania. So, got a nice little road trip ahead of us. But first, well, I tried not to do a ton of filming during that free tour just because it was really cool to start to actually hear more about kind of the communist regime here. And
as you saw in some of the B-roll, and what you'll learn when you get here in Albania is that Albania was actually one of the last countries to fall under the communist regime, and they were communists until the early 1990s. So it's just really, really interesting to see kind of the residual effects of what communism had on this country and how it's affected their architecture, their building, their government, and all the things that we take for granted in the US that they have to rebuild and try to restructure around. So very, very interesting. We saw some bunkers that were still here left over from some of the wars, as well as the communist architecture that you see of standardization, of not having uniqueness. So one of the big things that Albania is trying to do, their prime minister currently is an artist, and so he's really doing a lot of government work for art and trying to promote that in the city. So really, really cool. Like I said, free tours are some of the best things that you can do while you're traveling, because it really allows you to learn a little bit more of the history, and you don't have to pay much. You know, typically they ask for a small tip at the end. So, but that is probably it for my series here in Albania. I think it's our last day. We might be going to a somewhat Albanian country called Kosovo. Technically was still part of Albania, but recently became a country. They now have a World Cup team. But we may be heading there, and I'm not really sure what the next plan is, but Drew's only got a few days left, so we're kind of seeing what we can hit and what countries we can stop at. But as for Albania, that's it. Hope you guys enjoy what I'm doing. If you did, you already know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe if you aren't already, maybe tell a friend or two, but we're about to call it here in Albania. So until the next one, peace. Top of the pyramid here in Tirani. Chink. Also cut my ass on a piece of rebar. Hope that doesn't hurt too much.